Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
This was our next opportunity. Unfortunately, my laptop did this. The internet connection was terrible. So we had an entry for a pullback on 317 to support at about 70.70. And we had a nice little rally out of there. So that was our next pullback opportunity for somebody, again, who likes to buy some kind of weakness to support. Okay? All right. And that's our situation with the Swedish krona. And the yen was, like we said, there was a lot of resistance between 102 and 95 and 102. There was a lot of support from 88 down to 85. So this again became a candidate for some kind of a premium collection strategy. We stayed inside those boundaries for the last almost 5-6 months. So we actually did extend the lows to 85. And then again, once we started to rally, we had the possibility of another stage 1 accumulation at this point. But again, any breakouts will find resistance at 95 and 100 on the way back up. So this descending triangle pattern had the potential for a breakout to the upside. We had daily support at 88, and we had daily resistance at 93. We did break out of that stage 1 and started a little stage 2. And here's where we kind of were yesterday, and there's our next resistance area on our daily chart. So here's our little bull flag pattern. So the dollar again is rallying, as are most currencies, against the yen. Looks like this year the yen's going to be the carry trade currency even against the dollar. All right, the only one I couldn't really do anything with here because TradeStation didn't have the data feed yet was the new British Real. So a couple of these other currencies here, we did have some resistance down here, and we did have kind of like a little basing pattern, even the dollar against the Australian dollar as strong as it was. And pretty much for the entire year, this currency has just been going sideways between around 105.50, 106, all the way up to 115. So as long as it's inside this channel, use some kind of a channel strategy, buy calls, buy puts, buy calls, buy puts. Even as strong as it is, it hasn't been able to rally past this resistance at 116. Every time it does, it just kind of trades sideways and lower again. So if it breaks through this support here, then your next target's 105 down here. Okay? So keep an eye on that. This one could resume the downtrend. It definitely looks like it's the dollar is weakening against the Aussie, as it is against the British Real. So starting to sell off again, another downtrend in the commodity currencies. Downtrend again in the New Zealand. But the New Zealand, we did have a nice little bounce out of here, and our plan was actually to buy a breakout above 135 with a stop below the low of our channel. Okay, and we did break out of there. We did have a rally up to 142 from there. You also had the opportunity, if you missed the original breakout, to buy some kind of a pullback if you're somebody that likes to buy weakness with your stop loss below the prior lows. Okay, so a couple opportunities there. But again, what kind of a trader are you? Do you like to buy weakness, or do you like to buy strength? And the peso too, kind of making new lows, the dollar against the peso. We had that original trade here. The last time we did the webinar, the day of the webinar, we had a nice bounce. But after that, we went on to make new lows. There was our bounce. We did eventually absorb all the support here. We did go down and make a new area of support. So we did have an opportunity to trade between 126 and the resistance area is up here at 130 and 134. And that's pretty much what happened. We came down to our support area. Notice we didn't quite hit it. But if you're using options, that's fine. Close is all you need. You don't need perfect. As long as the distance from your entry to your stop loss is a third of what the distance is to your first target, this can become a trade that you can take. But we have made new lows against the peso. It's just amazing. All right, it's about 4:45 here in Chicago, 5:45. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
Steve, thank you. You know, I know you were thinking the Brazilian real, not British real, but
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay, because everybody kept saying, why is he referring to it as the British real? I do that too. Like,
Brazilian real, yeah.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.